debut Manson.
How are we, everybody? Hey, good stuff. We're glad to be here. So I'm Gordon from Glasgow.
Oh.
And you familiar with Glasgow?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Good. Geographical skills here. So yeah, Gordon from Glasgow. And I've been living in London for a number of years, and I'm a sober Glaswegian, so I don't drink, and that often perplexes English people. Quite regularly, I'll hear Gordon, how comes you don't drink? And I have to be honest, my drinking was so bad that even the Glaswegian alcoholics were like, get him the fuck out of here. They have lock-ins and they fucking lock me out. When I first moved to London in 2008, I was at the height of my drinking career, and the thing I noticed was the regional disparities in drinking habits. So, like, the further north of Watford that you go, the more fucking mental everybody's drinking gets. And I guess what classifies in London as concerning behaviour, you can actually reclassify that up in Glasgow as likes a drink. But you'll notice I don't have a strong Glaswegian accent, and that is because I'm a posh Glaswegian. But let me paint you a picture. Being a posh Glaswegian is a little bit like being the tallest dwarf. The upper middle class will just always be out of reach. But the thing about growing up in a posh neighbourhood in Glasgow, the living was plentiful. So I had the £16 bottle of vodka, not the £8 bottle of vodka. I was rocking my Smirnoff while everyone else was mooching around with Lidl's own brand Rachmaninoff. And for that extra £8, I really got a better brand of regret the next morning. But it's not all glitz and glamour up in Glasgow. At one point, Glasgow was the murder capital of Europe, and then we left Europe. I did some research into this, and a vast number of the murders in Glasgow come from an area called Govan. Now, Govan to Glasgow is like what Croydon is to London. It's the arsehole of the city. And I found a Reddit comment which summed up Govan beautifully. It said, "Govan is an unmitigated shithole, and no amount of down voting is going to change my mind." And that comment had over 200 upvotes. And if you don't know what Reddit is, congratulations on losing your virginity. My family has roots in Govan. My uncle owns a factory there, and one summer as a teenager I was tasked with painting the walls as part of a summer job, which is a very safe thing for a teenager to be doing. But I was paired up with a veteran employee named Wee Malk. And for you English people, that's Little Malcolm. And Wee Malk was a tough guy, right? He was the sort of guy, like, to say hello to you, he'd fucking headbutt you. And we worked together all summer, and we had a lot of differences in opinions. So, mainly around literature. So I knew how to read, he did not. And one morning he came in to the changing rooms to catch me, book in hand, and he took one look at the book and he looked at me and he goes, "You a fucking poof or something?" And for you English people, he's questioning my sexuality.
One minute.
All I was trying to do was read a bit of Dostoevsky before my shift started, and it turns out that's a bigger crime in Govan than shoplifting. But that was always the way with me in the workplace, never quite fitting in, always pissing people off, especially in my drinking days. So when I first moved to London, I was chasing the big career in finance, and I got my dream job. I only lasted 1 week though, and what happened was I started on the Monday, went out on a work night out on the Friday, and things got a little bit out of hand, and I ended up in a strip club with the corporate issue Amex, and I spent about $3,500 on strippers and champagne. And in the meeting with HR about this incident the following week, I thought I could save my job by telling HR I didn't actually drink any of the champagne, I just sprayed it all over the strippers.